Hello everyone and welcome to another vlog from another regional championships. I did pretty poorly in the previous one, so I hope to do better this time. We are currently in Prague. That's my hometown, so I didn't have to fly anywhere. Doesn't mean the tournament is less important. Let's see how it looks inside. There is about 1,000 people this time. In Lille there was like 550, so it's almost a double. But the same amount of people actually qualify, only 32, so it's going to be really tough. Here is the feature match area. We can see Andrea Mengucci, who was interviewed in the last vlog, playing right now. So many people, it's crazy. There are a bunch of shops here as well, just selling cards. There's information. If something happens, you can go ask the organizers or the judges. And an artist area as well. In almost every big tournament, there are like a bunch of artists, so people can sign their cards or just shake hands or whatever. And the last thing that we can see here is a prize wall. If you win something in a tournament, there are like other tournaments besides the main one. So if you win something, you can collect it over here. All right, round one is about to start. Wish me luck. Alright, I just finished round one, same as in Lille. I won the first round. Hopefully the history will not repeat itself and I will actually win some of the matches after this round as well. I played against Tron. It might seem like kind of a bad matchup, but I think the Tron decks nowadays are pretty bad. They don't have the power of the One Ring and your creatures can actually fight through the Eldrazi's pretty well. Your creatures are extremely powerful as well. So it's not like they just play a big guy and you lose. One card that is really good against you is All Is Dust. But my opponent mulliganed to 5 game 1 and I just kind of steamrolled him, so yeah, hopefully this will continue. Alright, I'm currently 3-1, which is not bad, but the match that I lost, I think I maybe could have won. It was like a very complicated scenario where I had to decide whether I play turn 1 Guide or turn 1 Assault Pride against a Titan. They went turn 1 Zenith for a Dryad Arbor and I had a Bombardment in my hand. So my plan was to just play a turn 1 Pride, then turn 2 attack, make a 1-1 and kill the Dryad Arbor. That's why I played the Pride and not the Guide. But he had one of Aftermath Analyst, which is the 1-free, and I couldn't attack with the Pride. And then what ended up happening was that I was missing the energy I would get from the Guide if I played it on turn 1 for the rest of the game. And then eventually I drew a Discharge. But I didn't have 6 energy to kill a Titan, so I'm not sure that was a mistake. Obviously in hindsight, if I played a Guide, I would have won. I think getting the energy for the Discharge is really important in that matchup, so it was probably a mistake, but I'm not sure. But yeah, 3-1 isn't that bad. I'll try to win the rest. So unfortunately my tournament is over again. I went 3-3. It's better than the last time. Last time I went 1-3. The last match I lost to a Living End. I actually cutted 1 Orange Chant from the sideboard to play a second Werther, because against, for example, like a Breach deck, it's kind of similar, but Werther is more broad. You can bring it in against Eldrazi, you can bring it in against all of the Urza Sagas decks, but I was definitely missing the Orange Chant there. It was probably a mistake to cut it. It sucks, but I've learned a lot about the deck and there is still a qualifier tomorrow and I'm planning to go to Utrecht as well to play the new GP or whatever. So I'm at least glad I learned a lot about the deck and I will try to do better next time. I'm here with Christoffer Larsen, the master from Denmark. The first thing that I want to ask about is that Denmark actually has insane amount of really good players, but you have a really small country. Why do you think that is? Do you just have a really strong community, or what is going on with that?
We used to have a lot of players playing the Pro Tour. I think when you have a small country, sometimes you stick together. Some of the guys have been unknown for a long time, been playing, and some traveled for all these tournaments. So either it's that community is a little bit stick together, or sometimes just people get lucky. We like to travel.
How does it work in Denmark? You have your local game store and you were just playing over there at the beginning, or?
Back in the days, I had like my crew came to kind of the same store, but now I don't really go to the game store anymore. But Discord has helped a lot. We have a Danish Discord where a lot of the players are in. A lot of them are other local players are playing Waters and doing well. So it's all just coming together in a way now.
One weird thing about you is that I think that you were never actually really that serious. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but you never really went all in. But you have like an insane results. Like, what is going on with that? Like, do you just like think that you're super talented, or?
I think a lot of the game mechanics sometimes, if you play to your strength, I like limited. I have won a lot in limited and stuff like that. And a lot of the decks I play in constructed have a tendency to be the same route. Some people need to play 1,000 games. Some people just need to stick to what they know. I know what I know. I don't really play counter spells, and I tend to win more when I don't play that.
We've actually tested together for like 1 year, and you were always playing only limited. Do you think that there is like not enough edge to be gaining constructed, but that's not the case for limited, or like why are you doing that?
Because I like limited a lot more than I like constructed.
But I remember asking you about that once, and you said that in constructed you can't actually get that much edge, but in limited you can. Like, do you actually think that's true?
No. I just didn't want to. We had Brad Nelson. I just did what he did. Or what Müller did. We had Müller and Brad Nelson. I didn't need it to be the brains. I just needed to open packs.
Yeah, that makes sense. When you debated the Pro Tour, have you ever like thought about just like going all in, just full-time playing Magic, or was that never really?
No, never. Never going full-time. I think to go full-time Magic, you need to either stream, do content, all those things, and the living expenses in Denmark are too high to like live off Magic unless you're doing like as a professional thing, like doing content, streaming, having a YouTube or stuff like that. But just living off prices is not really sustainable. You need to win a lot. There's only one guy who can do it, and he has won a shit ton.
Javier Dominguez?
Simon Nelson, in Denmark.
All right, that's going to be it. Thanks.
Thanks, Petr.
All right, so I just thought I would talk maybe a little bit about what I would change in the deck list going forward, given the experience of the real tournament. The metagame online is quite different from the real experience, and I've learned a lot. So let's talk about it. I played one main deck Blood Moon. It was a slight concession to the fact that it's an open deck list. So if they know that you have one Blood Moon, they might, maybe fetch for basics more. So it gives you a lot of value even if you don't draw it, and it's randomly insane against some decks. But given how much Boros energy there was, I don't actually think it was right to play it just because it kind of sucks in the mirror. Also, I played 2 Thalia and I played only 2 Ragavan because online I played against the black-white mid-range deck quite a bit, and there's just like a lot more grindier like mid-range decks with like Bowmasters and stuff. So I wanted to play the second Thalia. I don't have 3 Ragavans because they're kind of bad in the mirror as well, especially on the draw. But that was probably also a mistake. You just kind of need a Ragavan for the combo matchups, and it's just a really good game 1 card, especially on the play. You can steal some games in the matchups where you would not be able to win otherwise. So I think that was a mistake as well. I think I would play a 3rd Raven Charm also. It's kind of weird because like sometimes you don't have creatures in play, and the effect of like 2 mana disenchanting something or whatever isn't that great, but it just has a lot of utility in the format, and against most of the combo decks it actually works, and it's great in the mirror as well. So I think I would play a 3rd one. As for the Solitude, that was kind of a last addition that I did because I just played against the black-white deck a lot, and I thought it would be quite popular, and it's pretty nice against like the Ephemerate and stuff. And I also, like, people are playing Wrath of the Skies against me post board, or like main deck, and just like getting rid of my Static Prisons and Chains. So I wanted to have a removal spell that doesn't stay in play. Also, the last challenge was won by a Splinter Twin, so Solitude is great there as well. But in hindsight, Chain to the Rocks would just be better. I actually lost one game where if I had a Chain over Solitude, I think I would have won. I had to discard 2 reasonable cards to the Fable trigger because I really needed to hit the 5th land to play Solitude to kill his Flage. But if it was a Chain, I think I would have won that game. As for the sideboard, I think I need to have the second chant. I've cut it because against the top decks, like for example the Breach deck, Werther works kind of similarly as the Chant, but Werther is more broad, so that's why I made the switch. But I think that if you combine all the combo decks together, they actually present quite a bit of chunk of the metagame. So you might be thinking, well, Living End isn't that popular, Storm isn't that popular, or whatever. But if you combine all of these, you're gonna play against those decks, and like just attacking with your creatures isn't good enough. You need to have a piece of hate, and Orange Chant is probably the best option. So that's what I would do as well. As for the rest, I was pretty happy. I would make like 4 or 5 changes, but you know, in a deck where you draw like bunch of extra cards with like Pyromancers and Fables, like these small changes can play a huge role. So it's definitely possible I lost some equity because of that. Unfortunately, my day is over, but some of my Magic friends are currently drinking in a pub, so I'm just gonna go see them. Alright, we're currently in Vinohrady, Jiřího Spoděbrad Square. You can see a church over there. And unfortunately, it's under reparation, so you cannot enter right now. Also, the building on the right next to it is Žižkov's Tower. It's been voted to be one of the ugliest buildings in the entire Europe. I've actually never been inside, but I guess it at least looks interesting. And we're going to go to the pub now. It looks like we're not in Prague anymore. It's just like some forest or whatever. But I swear we're still in Prague. So it's here. This place is called Kafárna. Cafe means coffee in Czech. I actually come here quite often to just hang out with friends or like play a draft or something. And you can often see just random people like play Magic or board games here. So it's a pretty nice place. So we're playing a game called Whist, which is similar to Bridge. The goal is to say how many points you're gonna get during the game, and then you're trying to make it happen. It's kind of hard to explain, but... I'm not playing it. I'm also pretty bad at it, so I'm okay not playing.
Na kolik jsi zdal teda?
3-3.
3-3?
Ale všechny meče, který jsem prohrál, jsem mohl vyhrát. Right, the 2 days ends with a good old schnitzel, and I'm ready for tomorrow. Bye.
Jako podívám se, ale preventivně jsem hodíku.
Right, it's Sunday. I didn't get that much sleep yesterday, unfortunately. Hopefully you can't really see that. But the top 8 is going to be announced soon, and I'm super excited to see which deck actually takes it down. So, yeah. Finals is on the way. Actually, this match isn't that important as the previous one because both of the finalists qualify for Worlds, but they're still playing for quite a bit of chunk of money and the trophy, so we're just watching that. Alright, I'm here with the champion, Alex Rohan.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Pretty good. Yeah, there's, I mean, I'm still calm, relaxed, just tried to focus. Feel great to be having a trophy and qualify for Worlds, which was the aim for this year.
Yeah, congrats. Can you just talk about the deck a little bit? Like, why did you choose it? Do you just think it's the best deck?
It's just broken. Like, I mean, you looked at that game 3 in like the worst matchup, and I'm all to 5. And it's not close. I don't think he could have any hand that wins in that game. So it's just really, really strong.
Do you think that maybe if people like really aim for it, they can maybe beat it, or do you still think that it's way too good anyway?
I mean, my opponents were boarding in 10 cards in a lot of matchups, and I only lost 2 matches the whole weekend, so I think that tells you everything.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Alright, the tournament is over. As you can see, no one is really here anymore. We have the winner, Alex Rohan. Congrats to him again. And I'll be back with future vlogs. Bye.